So today we're going to look at body language, and I've got some pictures to show you how to interpret what your dog is trying to tell you. And this way, if you come across a foreign dog that you don't know, you'll be able to use these cues to say, oh, okay, should I be doing something with this dog or should I not be? And I've got to thank the people at Cattle Dog Publishing for this information. They put this together, and I'm going to be using their stuff, but the main thing is it's just something that you can really use on a daily basis if you're with dogs all the time. So the thing about body language is, what you're trying to figure out is this dog safe or is this dog a problem? And what I mean by safe is that, hey, I can let this dog approach me, there's no problems. On the other hand, it's like, no, we're not getting anywhere near this guy because he's too agitated. And the difference between the two, in very, very simple terms, is one is relaxed, the other one's tense. And when you think of a dog that's relaxed, you know, their eyes are open, they're just sort of looking at you, their tail isn't rigid, their body is loose, they're kind of wiggling their butt sometimes because they like to show that they're happy. But their main thing is when you look at them, you think, wow, that's a happy, relaxed dog. So that's one end of the spectrum. The other end is that they are on full extreme alert, and that is their tail's up, their ears are up off their head. They may be back, but they're tight. The back may be a little bit hunched, and you may see what we call the hackles up, and that is the hair is standing up. And all those things tell us that that dog is not the happiest person. So let's get started and look at some pictures. This first one is a Labrador, and this dog is relaxed, lying down, and overall very loose and goofy. Okay, and that is the eyes and the ears are all neutral. He's not staring at you. He's not trying to bear you down. He's not averting gaze, looking away. So this is one that, yeah, I think I trust this dog. It's a nice one, and certainly I wouldn't have any trouble saying, hey buddy, come on over here and let's play. Now we move from that to this next picture, which shows you a dog that's showing what we call low-level stress. And this is one of the things that came out years ago, and that is if you see a dog just sort of sitting there licking their lips, that is a sign of stress. Another thing that you can look for is the yawn, and that is they're just sitting there and all of a sudden they go like that. That is a stress yawn. And so that's something to look at. In this case, this dog is licking. Also, the ears are back, they're just a little bit tense. So things are starting to happen here. And this dog is showing, as I call it, low-level stress. You may be able to come over and say, hey bud, come on over, don't be worried. And if he comes over and says, hey, yeah, you're right, great. But this is the dog you don't want to push to the next stage. And the next one, and this is another picture, same dog, but it's showing a little bit more stress, and that is alert. The ears are more forward, and that is, hey, I'm paying more attention here. And the overall posture is tenser, okay, and that is the tail's up. It's probably up in this dog anyway, naturally, but you can just see this dog's just a little bit tenser than the last one. And the jaw's closed, and the lips are just a little bit tense. So it's kind of showing you that, gee, we've got a little bit of a worry going on here. So the thing about this is if you take that dog and you're too, I don't like the term aggressive, but if you're too forward and you say, hey buddy, it's okay, and you put your hand out to go pet them, that's when you can start getting a reaction. And what you want to do, and this is something I learned years ago, don't go and touch the dog first. Let the dog touch you first, and that way you'll be able to judge the dog a whole lot better, and you're not going to instigate any problems. Now look at this dog. This is on the continuum band. This is from the last one, showing you what I call it fear looks like. And in this case, the body's getting a little bit tucked. The dog's kind of, I call it caving in on itself. The ears are pinned back. The way I would interpret is, hey, I'm worried. This is what the dog is trying to tell us. The mouth is really closed, it's not relaxed and open, and the tail is getting tucked, it's getting underneath, it's not up anymore, and the eyes are wide, and quite often with these guys, they don't look directly at you. They'll be looking over there with a little bit of a side glance, or they're just not looking at you at all because they're too worried about what you may do. This is the type of dog that you don't want to go over and put your hand out and say, sniff my hand and maybe bite it, okay? You don't want to go there. So this is a case where you say, okay, we're going to back off, give this dog room. They're telling you that. I'd rather just be left alone here. And so you just back off and just sit down in a corner, and if they come to you, great. If they take a treat, that's even better. Okay? The point is, don't push the relationship. So this next one, you can imagine this dog and then move it to a more scared dog. And this is where we see fear changing to, quote, aggression, unquote. And that is, a lot of people just interpret this and say, oh, this is an aggressive dog. Well, it's a fearful dog that's showing aggressive behavior, is the better way to look at it. And the reason it's doing that is because it's threatened. And so this is the type of dog we would see in I call a shelter situation quite often, especially in the first day or so. And that is, they don't know how to react, and they're trying to tell people, hey, get away from me. And this is the only way that they can tell people, because people have been coming too close, and this is how they do it. So in this case, they actually show their teeth. They're baring their teeth, as we call it, growling. Some will snap, and some will bite if they're given the chance. And the ears are pinned right back, and that is, they're just way back at getting out the way, and the body extremely tense. If you were to touch this dog, you just feel every muscle rippling. It'd be really tight and hard. And the eyes are wide open, and this one's also got, as you can look at the eyes, it's also got what we call whale eye, and that is the eyes are showing the white, and that quite often is a signal that we're showing extreme fear type of thing. And the tail probably would be tucked under in this case. So this isn't an aggressive dog as in naturally they're going to say, hey, I'm going to go and run bite everybody. No, this is a fearful dog that's moved into this mode that shows aggressive tendencies as in, I'm going to defend myself. Okay? And then this last one, this is a more of a shepherd type dog, and showing what we would call aggression. And in this case, the teeth are barred, ears are erect and forward. Bit of a difference there. And that is, the energy in this dog is different. And that is, they're not pinned back to the head and fear. They're forward as in, I'm going to show myself as big as I can, and I'm looking directly at you, and you're the target right now. Okay, so, and the body, of course, is quite tense. And these are ones that, yeah, we don't want to mess with these guys. They will come after you, given the opportunity, if you threaten them again. Okay, so in all these cases, the dogs are telling us, hey, we want room. How you handle that is going to be a little bit different. With this last dog, this is a dog that's, like at the veterinary hospital, it's like, oh boy, we're going to need muscles, we might need medication to be able to do anything with this dog. Okay, but I've seen lots of dogs that convert to this type of a stance, this type of behavior, because they're initially scared, and then you push them a little bit too far and they move into, no, I'm going to be aggressive now because you're not listening to my body language. Okay, so that's the key. Listen to the body language. The best way to do it is just observe dogs. Watch what they're telling us. Go to the dog park and just watch dogs when they interact with each other or interact with people. You can learn a ton of material that way. So hopefully it's going to help you a little bit. It's been fun putting this one together.